Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the whole flock of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Got to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. The Most High, the Heavenly Father, his Hebrew name is Yahweh, not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Most High, not Lord, not Yah, not Jah, not Ahai, not Allah, not Abba, not Abba, not Yahuwah, it's Yahweh. And his only begotten Son name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shah. Not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ, not Serapis Christos, not Yeshaya, not Yehoshua. It's Yahweh Shah. So gotta give all praises honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakak, Wadash. The bonus to the apostles and elder bishop and elders, a great millstone who rule well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, whether accepted or not. In a sense of salutation to all the I can pushing this truth and believing this truth, but the full winds of the earth, the entire world, shedding light to the hopeful elect. Shalom to our growth who are listening and learning. If you sisters who are listening and learning, come next on the lesson, truth, facts, faith, and edification. Another day of edification, Lord, was be edifying. So I titled this lesson, This Holy Convocation is Deadly Serious. And I just want to make a point dealing with the King Josiah, how these guys, these other groups always talking about how they always partaking in these, what would be classified as elaborate Passovers. And I just want to make this one point, because this ain't the time to be partying and playing. It was a serious time in Egypt, and it was a serious time when Yahweh was about to be crucified. So I just want to make the points because these guys do these Passovers with no fear Yahweh Shema Shah. So let me get first here. This is let me start here in Second Chronicles. Matter of fact, let me hold this and I'm gonna start in I'm gonna get this Corinthians. So let me hold this first. I'm gonna make some points because these guys use this as a reason to have macaroni and cheese and baked beans and mashed potatoes and cornbread. The other year, Nate and them had cornbread at their Passover, man. So I'm gonna read some of this about this King Josiah. But first, let me get this. And as a matter of fact, I read it from my phone. And the lesson that Apostle Bar did yesterday, he brought this chapter out. And this is 1 Corinthians 11. And it started at 23. And it reads, First Corinthians 11:23. It reads, For I have received of the Lord that which also I delivered unto you, that the Lord Yahushua, the same night in which he was betrayed, took bread. Verse 24. When we have given thanks, he brake it and said, Take, eat, this is my body, which is broken for you. This do in remembrance of me. So when we doing the Passover, it's in the remembrance of Yahushua. After the same manner, he also took the cup when he had supped, saying, This cup is the New Testament in my blood. This do ye as often as ye drink it in remembrance of me. See, this is about the remembrance of Yahushua. This ain't about you doing what you want to do. For as often as ye eat this bread and drink this cup, ye do show the Lord's death till he come. Wherefore, whosoever shall eat this bread and drink this cup of the Lord unworthily shall be guilty of the body and blood of the Lord. But let a man examine himself, and so let him eat of that bread and drink of that cup, which is in humbleness, in fear, man. Verse 29, For he that eateth and drinketh unworthily, eateth and drinketh damnation to himself, not discerning the Lord's body. So Jake ain't taking consideration, and that this is serious, man. Every time it's being mentioned, Jake talk about Josiah and his elaborate Passover. What I'm going to show you, and just like when the Lord wound up putting Moses and Aaron to death. Why? Because of 1 second of second guessing the Lord, man. 1 second. Aaron made that golden calf for Jake. When Moses went to go get the laws from the Lord put him to death for that, and him and Moses at the flint rock. They second guessed the Lord about water coming out the rock, man. So the Lord put him to death. So disobedience, man, and your thoughts. It tell you in let me get this in 1 Samuel. This is 1 Samuel 2 and 3. It reads, "Talk no more so exceedingly proudly. Let not arrogancy come out of your mouth. For Yahweh is a God of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed." So the way Jake think, according to, they can have whatever type of Passover they want. And the man, the Lord, you're gonna have to pay for that, man. Because we supposed to, the Lord say, eat and drink every time. He say, often as you do it. So every time you have this Passover, you thinking about Yahweh Shah. Let's read this again. I'll make this point again. 1 Corinthians 11 in verse 26. For as often as ye eat this bread and drink this cup, ye do show the Lord's death till he come. It's often. Now, it said in Exodus 12. I want to get this point. This is Exodus 12. And I want to get verse. Let's start at 30. Let's start at 39. Exodus 12 and 39. And they baked unleavened cakes of the dough, which they brought forth out of Egypt, for it was not leavened, because they were thrust out of Egypt, and could not tarry, neither had they prepared for themselves any victuals. It say, now the sojourn of the children of Israel who dwelt in Egypt was 430 years, and it came to pass at the end of 430 years, even the self-same day, it came to pass that all the hosts of the Lord went out from Egypt. It is a night to be much observed unto the Lord for bringing them out from the land of Egypt. This is that night of Yahweh to be observed of all the children of Israel in their generations. And Yahweh said unto Moses and Aaron, this is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall no stranger eat thereof. So these guys is eating unworthily, man. And the point I wanted to make was this to generations, man. They continue to do this. So let me get this. Hold on. I'm looking for something else. Bear with me. This is something we're supposed to keep, man. And this is not nothing to play with. So I want to read this in 2 Chronicles. And it reads, 2 Chronicles 35 and 1. They say the Passover observed again. Moreover, Josiah kept a Passover unto Yahweh in Jerusalem, and they killed the Passover on the 14th day of the first month. And he set the priests in their charges and encouraged them to the service of the house of the Lord. And said unto the Levites that taught all Israel, which were holy unto Yahweh, put the holy ark in the house which Solomon the son of David, king of Israel, did build. It shall not be a burden upon your shoulders. Serve not the Lord your power and his people, Israel. So let me jump down. So it say, verse 7, and Josiah gave to the people of the flock lambs and kids, all for the Passover offerings for all that were present, to the number of 30,000 and 3,000 bullocks. These were of king's substance. And his princes gave willingly unto the people, to the priests and to the Levites, Achiah and Zechariah and Jehud and Jehiel, rulers of the house of God, gave unto the priests for the Passover offering 2,300 small cattle and 300 oxen. Now I want to get this point. It say, Verse 13. This is Second Chronicles 35 and 13. And they roasted the Passover with fire according to the ordinance, but the other holy offerings sod they in pots and in cauldrons and in pans, and divided them speedily among all the people. And afterward they made ready for themselves and for the priests, because the priests, the sons of Aaron, were busy in offering up burnt offerings and the fat unto night. Therefore the Levites prepared for themselves, for the priests, the sons of Aaron. Now, jumping down, it say, Josiah dies in battle. This is Second Chronicles 35 and 19. In the 18th year of the reign of Josiah was Passover kept. After all this, when Josiah had prepared the temple, Necho, king of Egypt, came up to fight against Carchemish by Euphrates, and Josiah went out against him. Now, this had nothing to do with him. But he sent ambassadors to him, saying, What have I to do with thee, thy king of Judah? I come not against thee this day, but against the house wherewith I have war, for God commanded me to make haste. Forbear thee from meddling with God. See, striving against the Maker, Isaiah 45 and 9. Who is with me that he destroy thee not? Now here it is, Josiah, king, wise. The Lord was dealing with him. But here it is, this guy tell you, I come not against thee, but against the house wherewith I have war, for God commanded me to make haste. So he telling him the Lord came to him and told him to do what he finna do at dealing with this fight, right? But he's supposed to be wise, right? He just had elaborate Passover, magnificent, magnifico, right? It say, nevertheless, Josiah would not turn his face from him, but disguise himself that he might fight with him, and hearken not unto the words of Necho or Necho from the mouth of God, and came to fight in the valley of Megiddo. And the archer shot at King Josiah, and the king said to his servants, Have me away, for I am sore wounded. His servants therefore took him out of the chariot and put him in the second chariot that he had, and they brought him to Jerusalem, and he died and was buried in one of the sepulchres of his fathers. All Judah and Jerusalem mourned for Josiah. Now, I was gonna read it from the phone. Let me pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up here. Let me go to this blue letter. To this bear with me. Let me pull this other one up. Let me pull this apocrypha real quick. Bear with me here. Now, this is the same account that Ezra give in the apocrypha. I'm finna read it from the phone, but I'm gonna put it on the screen so you can see it yourself. Jake think this is a game. Now, out of all that beautiful Passover he had, this nigga went out and was a nigga, man. Nigga tell me having Larry Passover. Man, the Lord gonna kill them niggas, man. All you Jakes that think this is a game, you have no fear, you have about Shema Shah. Now watch this. This is the same account I just read in 2 Chronicles 35. Ezra get the same account. Bear with me here. Let me open this up so you can see this. And I just want to make these points, man. And then I'm gone. I ain't trying to make this too long. Just want to show you how terrifying this really is, man. Jake playing games. But they're going to find out the hard way. The Lord ain't playing, man. It's better to obey than to give sacrifice, man. And then Jake sacrificing the wrong thing. Now, here's the same thing I just read in 2 Chronicles 35. This is 1 Ezra 1 and 1. And Josiah held the feast of the Passover. This is how it's worded. And man, let me read it from the phone. We're going to read this word for word just to show you. So again, in 2 Chronicles 35 and 1, I'm going to read this again. I'm going to read this from Ezra. 2 Chronicles 35 and 1. Moreover, Josiah kept a Passover unto the Lord in Jerusalem, and they killed the Passover on the 14th day of the first month. And he set the priests in their charge, and encouraged them to the service of the house of the Lord. And that's what it say right here. And Josiah had the feast of the Passover in Jerusalem unto his Lord, and offered the Passover the 14th day of the first month. Same thing it just said in Second Chronicles. Having set the priests according to their daily courses, being arrayed in long garments in the temple of the Lord. Right? So I'm going to jump down to the point. You can read this whole chapter, but I want to get to the point. So right here in 17, first Ezra 1 and 12, because I started in this verse right here, verse 12, is in Chronicles at verse 17, I think it was. No. Bear with me. Trying to see what verse it was at. Okay, verse 13. See, this is in verse 12. This is verse 12 in First Ezra 1. And they roasted the Passover with fire, as appertained, as for the sacrifice. They sawed them in brass pots and pans with a good savor. Same thing right here. Second Chronicles 35 and 13. And they roasted the Passover with fire according to the ordinance, but the other holy offerings sawed they in pots, and in cauldrons, and in pans, and divided them speedily among all people. Same thing I say right here. Now, again, it is the same two chapters in different chapters. The same two chapters in different chapters, man. One in Second Chronicles 35, one in First Ezra 1. Now, right here, it say, now here's in this verse 22, it say, in the 18th year of the reign of Josiah was his Passover kept. And the works of Josiah were upright before his Lord, with an heart full of godliness. Well, why would he listen to the guy when he told him that the Lord told him to go fight the Carchimians? Why didn't he listen? The Lord, man. The Lord will it's 1 second, man. The Lord will change your heart, man. And how you doing something that you would never thought you would do, being a man of the Lord, man. You gotta stay humble, man. This is terrifying to me. So this is verse 23, right? Verse 22 is saying the 18th year of the reign of Josiah was the Passover kept. So in Second Chronicles, it started at 19. It say, in the 18th year of the reign of Josiah was the Passover kept. After all this, when Josiah had prepared the temple, Necho, king of Egypt, came up to fight against Carchemish by Euphrates, and Josiah went out against him. See, he had nothing to do with that, man. After this beautiful Passover, see it say right here. Now, after all these acts of Josiah came to pass that Pharaoh, see, right here it called him Necho, because he was the Pharaoh at the time of Egypt. That Pharaoh, see how it's worded different? Right here it got Pharaoh, but in Second Chronicle it say Necho, Necho, king of Egypt. See, the king of Egypt came to raise war at Carchemish upon Euphrates, and Josiah went out against him. See, but the king of Egypt sent to him, saying, "What have I to do with thee, O king of Judea? Of Judah," it's in Chronicles. I am not sent out from the Lord. He say, I am not sent out from the Lord God against thee, for my war is upon Euphrates, and now the Lord is with me. Yeah, the Lord is with me, hasten me forward, depart from me, and be not against the Lord. See, howbeit Josiah did not turn back his chariot from him, but undertook to fight with him, not regarding the words of the prophet Jeremiah. You see it? Yeah, it was Jeremiah, man. This who gave the words of the Lord, man. Howbeit Josiah did not turn back his chariot from him, but undertook to fight with him, not regarding the words of the prophet Jeremiah, spoken by the mouth of the Lord, but joined battle with him in the plain of Megiddo, and the princes came against Josiah. Then said the king unto his servants, carry me away out of the battle, for I am weak. And immediately his servants took him away of the battle, and he died. Now, this is Let's go to 1 Corinthians. Jake, this is a game, man. And you're gonna find out the hard way that the Lord is not playing. This is 1 Corinthians 5 and 6. So let me go back here. Bear with me. Let's flip this back. And it reads 1 Corinthians 5 and 6. Your glorying is not good. Know ye not that a little leaven leavens the whole lump? So if you glorying in the wrong things, oh, we was reading this yesterday. Let me get this. This is 1 John. I'm gonna come back to this. 5 and 14. This is about the will of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. It had nothing to do with you with a proud spirit, man. This is 1 John 5 and 14. And I love this. I love this chapter, man, this precept, because it's about the will of the Lord, man. 1 John 5 and 15. And this is the confidence that we have in him, that if we ask anything according to his will, he heareth us. And if we know that he heareth us, whatsoever we ask, we know that he will have we know that we have the petitions that we desire of him, which is the will of the Lord, man. Let me get this one. This is Philippians 1 and 5. This is about the will of the Lord, man. Oh, it's lucky I don't spell it wrong. Back up. It reads, for your fellowship in the gospel from the first day unto now, being confident of this very thing, that he which hath begun a good work in you will perform it unto the day of Yahweh Shah Mashiach. Now, I tell you in Colossians 3 that we're supposed to be putting on as the elect. If the Lord reactivates you to this truth and you understand everything, and you are not offended of nothing that's in the scriptures, this is Philippians 2 and 13. And I mean the Lord working with you, man. It reads, for it is God which worketh in you, both to Salaki, for it is God which worketh in you, both to will and to do of his good pleasures. That's why I read 1 John 5 and 14. If we ask the Lord anything according to his will, he heareth us, man. What's the will of the Lord? We don't gotta, hey, when you praying, Yahweh Shai already said, it tell you in Psalms 8:19 that the Lord will give you your daily benefits, right? He give us our daily benefits. And it tell you in Deuteronomy 8 and 3, the Lord said that the Lord tried us and tested us in the wilderness to prove us, to know that a man should not live our bread alone. Yahweh Shai re-quoted that in Matthew 4 and 4. You got Job. See, this is about the will of the Lord, man. Anything outside of this circle, the Lord gonna put you to death, man. First, he's gonna torture you, then put you to death, man. This is Job. This is serious, man. But Jake think this is really a game. This is Job 23 and 10, it reads, but he knowing the way that I take, when he have tried me, I shall come forth as gold. My foot have held his steps. His way have I kept and not declined. Neither have I gone back from the commandment of his lips. I have esteemed the words of his mouth more than my necessary food. Let's get this word esteemed. We are esteeming the words of the Lord's mouth, man. This has nothing to do with us, man. But Jake, man, hard-headed, man. And the Lord said Jake is stiff-necked and hard-headed, man. Hard-hearted, man. Let's get this word esteemed. Job said, I have esteemed the words of his mouth more than my necessary food. Esteemed. It's a held in respect, admired. But they would give me something else. Hold on. Let's see here. Regarded highly or favorable. So they don't got too many on this. But what I'm finna do is let's click on this. Let me get this and we'll go. Let me see what blue letters say. This is not a game, man. Yahweh Shai suffered, man. Yahweh Shai ain't had no cornbread and greens at the Passover, man, with some damn macaroni and cheese, man. Niggas is demons, man. So right here again, it say Job 23:12. Neither have I gone back from the commandments of his lips. I have esteemed the words of his mouth more than my necessary food. So this word esteemed, 8:68:45.
Strong's H, 6845. Safan. Safan.
It said protect, secret, privily, be covered over, to hide. To hide treasure, or store up. Okay, I've stored up the words of the Lord more than my necessary food, man. So while Jake, oh, that's heavy. See, store up. So while Jake is storing up, while you got these preppers is prepping, storing up food, man. We storing up the words that you have about Shema Bashar, Isaiah 33:6. It say to protect, man. Lay up. Secret place, man. So let's go back to this. Neither have I gone back from the commandment of his lips. I have esteemed the words of his mouth more than my necessary food. Now, this is what I want to show. Let me come back to me, because I got to go back to this apocrypha one more time, to this first Ezra. Now, let me show you, because I tell you in Ezekiel 18:20 that the righteous shall be upon the righteous and the wicked shall be upon the wicked, right? And what's that? Brain brought it out in a minute. What's that? Proverbs. What is that? Proverbs. Let me get it. Hold on. Bear with me here. It's been a minute since I read this. It's crazy. The lot is cast into the lap, right? This phone started acting crazy. The hell, man. All right. So, hold on. Bear with me, Salakia. Damn phone, man. So let me get this real quick. So you got this in Proverbs 16:33, and it reads, Proverbs 16:33, the lot is cast into the lap, but the whole disposing thereof is of the Lord, right? Now this is Proverbs 16:33. The lot is cast into the lap, but the whole disposing thereof is of the Lord. The Lord can do away with whoever, whenever, however, but he don't. He bring us back every 34th generation. Now, this is Proverbs 6, and it's heavy because this is Proverbs 16:33 that says this. When you go to Psalm 16, it's heavy, man. King David said the same thing. Let me read this. Proverbs 16:1. Preserve me, O power, for in thee do I put my trust. O my soul, that has said unto the Lord, thou art my Lord, my goodness extended not to thee, but to the saints that are in the earth, and to the excellent. Josiah was supposed to have been, if he was an excellent guy, why would he go against what the Lord said when the guy told him, the Lord sent me? And it said right here, first Ezra 1:28, howbeit Josiah not turned back his chariot from him, but undertook to fight with him, not regarding the words of the prophet Jeremiah, spoken by the mouth of the Lord, man. Huh? Why he ain't listen, man? Hey, King David told Jake, it's only one step between me and death, man. It's only one quick instance, man. The Lord will take you out, man, or have you bugged out, or just take the truth from you, and you back in the world thinking you still in the truth. This is Proverbs 16:3. But to the saints that are in the earth, and to the excellent, he talking to the elect, the remnant. That's why they said in their mouth was found no guile, man. They were without fault before the throne. They was blameless. And the Lord said in Philippians 2:15, he said that the elect shall be blameless and harmless in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation, as whom they shine as lights in the world, man. So right here, this is King David, Psalm 16:3. But to the saints that are in the earth, and to the excellent, in whom is all my delight, their sorrow shall be multiplied that hasten after another God. Their drink offering of blood will I not offer, nor take up their names into my lips. Yahweh is the portion of my inheritance and of my cup. Thou maintainest my lot. Because you come back every third and fourth generation. Again, Psalm 16. It ain't no coincidence that Proverbs 16:33 said the light is cast into the lap. And I'm in Proverbs 16:33. Yeah. The light is cast to the lap. Here it is in Psalm 16. King David talking about that same thing. Psalm 16:5. Yahweh is the portion of my inheritance and of my cup. Thou maintainest my lot. The lines are falling upon me in pleasant places. What does this mean? He's part of the elect. Yeah, I have a goodly heritage. See? So I read that to read this in Ezekiel. And I'm going to make this point. Ezekiel 18. Everybody tell me we have an elaborate Passover like Josiah. That nigga went off, man. This is Ezekiel 18:20. The soul that sinneth, it shall die. The son shall not bear the iniquity of the father, neither shall the father bear the iniquity of the son. The righteousness of the righteous shall be upon him, and the wickedness of the wicked shall be upon him. Your lot is your lot, and it don't change. So, as King David said, but to the saints that are in the earth and to the excellent. If Josiah was so excellent with his Passover, why the Lord had that nigga to die by arrow, man? He went to a battle that he did not supposed to go to. Why? Why? Right here. Howbeit Josiah did not turn back his chariot from him, but undertook the fight with him, not regarding the words of the prophet Jeremiah spoken by the mouth of the Lord. Why he ain't listen? If he was a saint, if he was one of the excellent, why he ain't listen? Because the Lord made his ass do it, man. This is what terrifying. It said, and all jury, they mourned for Josiah. Yeah, Jeremiah the prophet lamented for Josiah. Warned the nigga. He warned him, man. And the chief men with the women made lamentation for him until this day. And this was given out for an ordinance, what? To be done continually in all the nation of Israel. He was a man of the Lord, man. These things are written in the books of the stories of the kings of Judah, and every one of the acts that Josiah did, and his glory, and his understanding in the law of the Lord, and the things that he had done before, and the things now recited are reported in the book of the kings of Israel and Judah. Right? Now look at this. Let me show it to you right here. Let's go back up. Look at this. First Ezra 1:24. Look at this. It say, as for the things that came to pass in his time, Josiah's time, they were written in former times. What? Concerning those that sinned and did wickedly against the Lord above all the people and kingdoms, and they grieved him exceedingly, so that the words of Yahweh rose up against Israel. And that's what happened. The Lord rose up against Josiah, man. But niggas today talking about having these great Passovers like this guy, man. Listen, terrifying, man. Terrifying. He understood the law. Let's read this again. It say, these things are written in the book of the stories of the kings of Judah and every one of the acts that Josiah did, and his glory, and his understanding in the law of the Lord, and the things that he did, and the things that he had done before, and the things now recited and reported in the book of the kings and of Israel and Judah, man. He is in his glory, man. Well, then the scriptures say that he that turneth away all his righteousness shall be counted as wicked. Man, listen, I just want to make these points, man. Jake playing game with the Lord, man. Jake is playing game with the Lord, man. And this is a serious time. And what you need to be doing is every day, this rest of this week, you need to be eating bitter herbs, man, and unleavened bread. Go get you some horseradish root from somewhere. Eat you some every day this week, man. That was a terrifying time, man. And the least we can do is eat these bitter herbs, man, which is, man, it hit like Mike Tyson, man. I don't know how Mike Tyson hit, but I know these bitter herbs hit hard, man. This horseradish root, man. It hit hard, man. And this is the least. All the terrifying apparitions that happened to the Egyptians, and Jake had to listen to that. Terrifying, man. So I just want to make that point. This is a holy convocation. This holy convocation is deadly serious. And every year before the Passover and after, man, the Lord removed Jake, man. Lord willing, we remain and endure to the end. Lord willing, Yahweh Shai, increase our wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. The men that we may continually feed the sheep with sound doctrine. Lord willing, until we get delivered out of here, man. Because to see, but those are examples to watch Jake and what not to do, man. Because the Lord can remove that spirit from you, man. Hey, the while for tuning in, while for your precepts, we give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rikah Kodash, that want us to the apostles and the bishop and elders of great millstone who are well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, ready accepted or not. And the sincere salutation to all the Akim, pushing this truth and believing this truth, but the four winds of the earth, the entire world, shedding light to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the Akwath who are listening, earning you from sisters who are listening, while tuning in. May Yahweh Shema shall continue to bless you in your houses. May the blessing of election be upon your houses. So next time I say Shalom, Wa Uba Ball. Let me close this, brother precept. This is GMS in his likeness, the brother Dumawafia. Psalm 69 and 20. Reproach have broken my heart, and I am full of heaviness. And I looked for some to take pity, but there was none, and for comforters, but I found none. Verse 21. They gave me also gall for my meat, and in my thirst they gave me vinegar to drink. And this is the bitterness of going against the Lord, man. And this is what Jake doing right now by having these elaborate Passovers, man. It said the Lord said in 1 Corinthians 11, remember me often as you do this, man. And when we remember Yahweh, let me get this. It said this, man. This is Isaiah. This is Isaiah 53, man. While you niggas is playing games with the Lord, man. This is about Yahweh Shai, man. This is Isaiah 53. So it say verse. Isaiah 53 and 3 it reads, he is despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. And we hid as it were our faces from him. He was despised, and we esteemed him not. Surely he hath borne our grief and carried our sorrows. Yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of God, and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgressions. He was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed. All we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned everyone to his own way, and Yahweh have laid on him the iniquity of us all. He was oppressed, and he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. He is brought as a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep before shearers is dumb, so he opened not his mouth. He was taken from prison and from judgment, and who shall declare his generation? For he was cut off out of the land of the living. For the transgressions of my people was he stricken. And he made his grave with the wicked and with the rich in his death, because he had done no violence, neither was any deceit in his mouth. And that's why I said Revelation 14, in the mouth of the elect men ain't gonna be no guile and deceit. Yet it pleased Yahweh to bruise him. He had put him to grief. When thou shalt make his soul an offering for sin, he shall see his seed, he shall prolong his days, and the pleasure of Yahweh shall prosper in his hand. Tell you in Psalms 8 and 17, the right hand of the Lord is Yahweh Shah. Psalms 80 and 17. He shall see of the travail of his soul and shall be satisfied. By his knowledge shall my righteous servant justify many, for he shall bear their iniquity. Therefore will I divide him a portion with the great, and he shall divide the spoil with the strong, because he hath poured out his soul unto death, and he was numbered with the transgressors, and he bare the sin of many, and made intercession for the transgression. See? And then you got the other scripture. Oh, so like, hold on. We were talking about this last night too. At the camp we had, right? Because it said, let me just get it here. We was talking about Emmett Till, right? Emmett Till, it say, when you look at the image of Emmett Till, they bashed that man's face in, man. Right? They bashed that man's face in. Couldn't even recognize him. So this is what we say about the Lord, man. Isaiah 52, right? Emmett Till face was bashed in, man. Couldn't even recognize him, man. Head swole. It's Isaiah 52 and 14. Jake is playing with the Lord, man. But then you got to answer that, man. Every idle word, you got to answer that, man. That's on you. The exalted servant, it say, behold, my servant shall deal prudently. He shall be exalted and extolled and be very high. This Yahweh Shah. As many were stunned at thee, his visage was so marred more than any man, and his form more than the sons of men. So shall he sprinkle many nations. The kings shall shut their mouth at him. For that which he had been told them shall they see, and that which they had not heard shall they consider. The Lord said in Habakkuk 1 and 5, ye among the heathen, and regard and wonder marvelously, for I will work in your days, which you will not believe, though it be told to you. The Lord was edifying. Till next time I say Shalom, Wa, or Bible Ball.